The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys! This is Mick Shots.
Streaming live on DallasCowboys.com and the official Dallas Cowboys app.
Now, here are Bill Jones, Heckma Harrison, Everson Walls, and Mickey Spagnola.
I don't know what the occasion was last week, but last week we got a fight song to start off the show, but not this week. No fight song. It's down to business here as Super Bowl week is underway in Santa Clara, California.
Yes, sir.
Here we are with Mick Shots, Bill Jones. Heckma Harrison, you heard his voice there. He waved you on here inside the SWBC podcast studio, Everson Walls. And it's the return of Mickey Spagnola with a legal pad that is full of notes from 2 weeks worth of things that have happened because Mickey was not with us last week.
So what was the fight song for?
We had their usual fight song, our stampede. We stampeded, whatever. But now Producer Supreme explains to me. I'm a little slow. It was because of the defensive coordinator that we had a fight song last week.
Because they hired one?
They hired one.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And we got to get your take on that and much more.
Celebrating.
There are more hirings taking place inside the building. We might have a defensive staff finalized the early part of this week.
Yep.
But as we get started, how's everybody doing? Everson?
I am doing just fine. I actually went to church. I was telling Heck, I went to church yesterday, and good catching up with the people in my neighborhood. They always make you feel good when you go back, you know. That's how you grew up with those same people. Now we've all gotten older. You know, now we're the old people in church. You know, we used to talk about old people
You
in
haven't
church.
aged
now,
out yet?
Right. We're the old people in church now. So, yeah, just good.
The church you grew up in?
At Hamilton Park First Baptist,
All right.
but now I'm at the Life Church,
Okay.
right in Richardson, yes.
All right, very good.
That's right.
Heckma, did you have a eventful weekend?
Of course, calling basketball games. I was in Stephenville on Saturday. I was at NBA G League basketball yesterday. So, man, basketball, and more basketball.
So you were kind of sharp the last time we saw you. You were.
Yeah, I was, wasn't I? I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that.
Pocket scarf.
Yeah. No, that went well. It was a doubleheader. So yeah, like I said, man, this is my season, man. It's transitions from football right into basketball. So I got
in for all seasons, Heckma.
better believe it. And lacrosse is about to.
Oh,
so
Lord.
Really?
Let's get into that.
Right.
Do you broadcast lacrosse too?
Of course I do.
You know the rules?
That's
I mean, come on. I have no idea. At all. No idea about
You and me
lacrosse.
both.
You take the net and you throw the ball.
The netted stick and
that thing.
I think I could probably do a couple.
You probably could. You probably would have been.
Yeah.
You probably would have been really
Probably
good
would have,
at lacrosse, too. But yeah, man, it's. I am the voice of the Highland Park Scots.
Oh, really?
So yeah, have been for the last 6 years.
Oh, man. That's
You wanna give
right,
some
boy.
dap?
You know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
big
yeah.
in our neighborhood,
Yeah,
man. I like
for
that.
sure.
Yeah, that's nice.
But so I've been doing that. So yeah, man, that's what I do. Been an eventful weekend, Bill.
All right, very good. How about you, Mickey?
I did nothing.
Great.
That's what you
For a change.
That's finally,
Didn't have anything.
I did nothing the
cover.
week before. None of us did nothing the week before because we were iced in, and there's still ice out here.
How is that? It's possible.
'Cause
If it's in the
sun-
shade, let me tell you something.
Yes,
My garage driveway is on the north side of the house.
Okay.
And this was hilarious. This was Thursday night or Friday night. It was Thursday night. I took the trash out, okay? Took the trash out to the street, and it was so slippery. But, it was fine when it's sleet on top of it. But once it gets, cars drive over it a little bit, and it gets slicker than the dickens.
Yeah.
And so
Back
I
then.
was fine with 2 trash cans going on the ice, and I was able to, old man, walk my way past it,
How'd you
whatever.
get back?
And then coming back, I was like,
Downhill.
and it was flat. It was a flat surface, but I was just trying to make my way up about 6 feet worth of ice.
Icy, crunchy snow. The one
This was like we had gone to dinner. And it was like 9 o'clock. Okay, so then and my wife was already gone in the house. And so I had to go around to the back where it's locked and give her a call. Fortunately, I had my phone. I would have slept outside. Fortunately, I had my phone and called her and said, "Will you let me in the house?" She thought about it and let me in. It was amazing.
I still have ice the back of my driveway into the alley.
So I spent all day Friday and you can't. That ice was so thick. So that's what's going out here on the practice field too.
I had 3-4 inches of solid ice. There was no snow.
That's why we couldn't have a show.
There
'cause
was
of you.
no snow.
You couldn't
We
get
got
out of your
delayed
place
last week because of you.
because of you.
No,
However,
they shut down. But I couldn't have gotten out.
No,
I
it's
took
true.
a pickaxe and started busting it up so I could at least get
Hey man, let me tell you
traction.
something. You need to stop, okay? Every time you get outside trying to do something, here you come back with a cast on your arm,
I
or
could've-
your thumb or something. Just,
I
just
could've-
relax, man.
I could have ice skated.
No one's picking up the trash out there, quite some time.
I could ice skate on the street out front.
okay.
It was that thick. No snow, just
Yep,
ice.
it was like a hockey rink.
And by the way, I did take out my hockey stick and a puck, and I shot at the mailbox. Practice my shot.
Okay, very good. So enough of that talk. Now let's get down to business.
What are we talking about?
And by the way, I wasn't here Thursday. I was in church, okay?
That's right. He was in
You
church.
sure was.
That's right.
That's correct.
Okay, so where would you like to start on your legal pad there?
Oh, boy. I assume you guys have talked about Christian Parker.
Well, we need to hear your take on Christian Parker, the new defensive coordinator, 34 years old, from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Made me think, what was I doing at 34 years old? And sure wasn't coordinating a defense, right? That's pretty mercurial rise there to be taken. And I think that I got no problems with it. I think, going young, good ideas. He was one of those guys where I think I saw a quote from Sirianni when they hired him as their assistant coach, and somebody asked him about being so young. He goes, well, I don't know, but everybody knew about this guy. When I was that age, no one knew who I was.
Right.
So, and he's worked under some pretty good guys. The Cowboys would have had some knowledge of him from people they could trust. So, yeah, why not? Let's go. Then he just has to be able to put a staff together. And they made, 2 more hires here over the weekend? Ryan Smith, cornerback secondary coach, and Derek Ansley as the pass game coach. It seems that they've tripled down on the secondary.
Because you
that
got
was
Christian Parker.
right?
That's his. Yep.
That's his deal. And then you hired 2 more
I think
guys.
they needed to quadruple down on the secondary.
Well, no. They need as many cornerbacks as they have assistant coaches, right?
Don't ask me about him anymore, because everyone I picked, man, they either not here anymore or, underperforming.
So Derek Ansley, who was that hire was just reported yesterday as a defensive pass game coordinator. He comes from the Packers. The last 2 seasons, passing game coordinator with Green Bay. Prior to that, with the Chargers. He was the defensive coordinator in 23, defensive backs coach with the Chargers in 21 and 22.
How was he with the Packers? Well, give me some numbers. I mean, to say that he had a position is one thing, but, were they stellar at what they did is an entire...
13th and 11th in the NFL in passing.
Not bad.
Which beats 32.
Yeah, I think that does. Even if you
Had
add,
a pretty good
even
safety.
if you add it up.
Xavier McKinney.
And he also coached under Saban at Alabama, too. So he was coaching.
He's used to working
when
with some
Diggs,
good
when
DBs.
Diggs was there.
Right,
yeah.
right.
So that's pretty good history.
So he would have been early on with Diggs there because he was at Alabama 16 and 17.
Right.
Not that it matters because Diggs ain't here anymore.
Yeah, I know, right? He had 1 game with him. That's nice.
So Derek Ansley and then Ryan Smith, is he listed cornerbacks coach?
Secondary cornerback coach.
Okay.
And he had been with Arizona as a cornerback coach.
So there's the familiarity there with Clayton Adams, having worked with him when Clayton Adams was the offensive line coach with Arizona.
So they still need a linebacker coach and a defensive line coach, right?
Because Aaron Whitecotton has gone on to the Tennessee Titans as a defensive line coach and run game coordinator there.
And would Orr be if I know they interviewed him.
Yeah.
They interviewed him. I hadn't heard anything. If you guys have heard anything about the finalization of that, I know he was interviewing for a defensive coordinator position. But I guess how many more positions do you have to fill on this defensive staff?
Linebacker and defensive line.
D-line.
And, I mean, you can have an assistant defensive line. You could have a senior analyst. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff that,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want
You
the
can
basics.
add on
We
the
just want
defensive
the basics
side.
right now.
But the basics
Yeah.
would be a defensive line coach and linebacker because it looks like they've got their secondary.
And Orr is a local guy,
He's from DeSoto U, yep,
North Texas.
in North Texas.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Played there and
Yep.
he coached there
He's
too.
A family of Orr
Okay.
brothers, and Dad Terry Orr played with Washington.
that's
he was
right.
a running back at Texas, and
Well, he took a familiar route, didn't he? DeSoto, then UNT, North Texas. he took a familiar route. That's a good one.
Now, Shoddy would have been familiar with him, right? They were.
he's
both
familiar
in
with
Jackson-
everybody. He's
Yeah.
at some point he has crossed paths.
They were
with
in
everybody.
Jacksonville together.
He's like
for
Kevin
1
Bacon,
year.
right? He's like Kevin Bacon,
Yeah,
6
right.
degrees of separation.
Yeah. So that's interesting. They did interview Marcus Dixon, who for the defensive line coach. He was assistant defensive line coach with Minnesota. And if you remember, he was with the Cowboys on the practice squad 2008 and 2009. And then he got signed, picked up, but he's coached, for the Rams and the Vikings. So interesting story if you guys remember him out of Hampton.
Yep.
Had his college. It's a long story. But anyways,
It was his high school.
If it's a long story for you, Spags, this is a long ass story.
I mean, we got
See you next Monday.
You got to explain, right? He had a scholarship to Vanderbilt. He was from Georgia, small town, got accused of rape, and ended up spending a year or so in prison before they changed the ruling of what happened there. It was a racially motivated sentence. And he paid a serious price, but ended up getting exonerated, one of those groups that take care of people that wrongfully got convicted, on how the law was interpreted. Really good guy when he was here. The Cowboys gave him a chance. He got hurt his rookie year, undrafted. Spent a year on the practice squad, spent the next year on the practice squad, and then he got cut at the end of the third year. They were going to sign him back to the practice squad, but I think the Jets may have claimed him. One team claimed him, and he played a year or two in the NFL. Really good guy. I ran into him in 2022 when the Cowboys did that 3-day practice with the Broncos. He was on the staff, and ran into him. We talked for a while. So anyway, he made something out of his life after the false start.
And to your point on Zach Orr, who was a candidate for the defensive coordinator position, they had done I'm assuming, a virtual interview with him for that initially, and then he came in last week and talked with Christian Parker for the linebackers coach job. And so I'm sure he's got other opportunities as well, and so we'll see what happens on that.
It has been musical chairs for the last 2 weeks with the coaches. 10 openings, and
I'm keeping track of
man, it's a lot. It's a lot to keep track of with all the movement in the NFL, and it's really been kind of trippy. I think with 10 positions, you got to expect that there are probably 28 other staff positions that's being filled as well. So a lot of movement in the NFL right now.
DCs, OC.
Well, and a lot of those guys that got let go as head coaches were interviewing for a head coach job or defensive or offensive coordinator jobs, and then the staffs were sitting there left hanging, right? No one wanted to move because if they were going to keep me, let me go. You bring in a new guy. I saw where Raheem Morris got hired
he sure did.
as a DC. Was it at
San Francisco.
San Francisco, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
You had a lot of movement, especially on the I wouldn't say high when I say lower level, talking OCs, DCs. A lot of minorities are moving around in that area, but you got 10 head coaching jobs filled, not one of them African American. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of stink about that.
Yep.
Already is. I mean, it started already, but I mean, look, how many years have you come back to that conclusion with all the openings? But one of the things that philosophies that I've come to in this coaching carousel is when it comes down to good organizations, good teams, they lose their coordinators. Their coordinators are out of there.
Yeah.
And you
Real
see
fast.
real fast,
Yeah.
and that's a byproduct of the success that you're having. And it's weird. Like when you look at teams like Philadelphia. Philadelphia has, I think, in the last 5 years maybe, played in 2 Super Bowls, won 1, lost 1. They can't keep. Yeah, well, Vic Fangio has been a stay, but as far as the offensive coordinator, they can't figure that out. And I'm wondering, coming into the 2026 season, who's going to be the next crop of coaches that are going to be on the hot seat? Not trying to, I'm just saying, with that whole thing that's going on and not being able to find the right coordinators, coaches that may be on the hot seat, or other teams that are going to lose coordinators because of the success that they're having.
In other words, it's some coaches going into this offseason going, I better cover my, I better cover myself.
Just saying.
On your list there of new coaches,
saying.
new head coaches, how many had been previous head coaches?
Okay, well, let's run down the list.
That's a good question.
Okay, and this is a good review for everyone because the coaching carousel has been fast and furious. So just to update. Okay, so the Giants hired John Harbaugh, previous coaching experience. Atlanta hired Kevin Stefanski, previous. Arizona, Mike LaFleur, rookie head coach. Buffalo, Joe Brady, rookie head coach. Miami, Jeff Hafley, rookie NFL head coach. Baltimore, Jesse Minter, rookie head coach. Cleveland, Todd Monken, rookie head coach. Pittsburgh, Mike McCarthy,
He's been around.
Veteran head coach.
We're up to 3.
Tennessee, Robert Saleh, a second-time head coach.
4.
And Vegas, Clint Kubiak, first-time head coach.
What about Cleveland?
Cleveland was Todd
Todd
Monken. Todd Monken, who has not been a NFL head coach, he has been a college head coach.
So nobody came from college. Is that right?
Right.
And the assumption is, because when this happened, I said, there can't be 10 qualified head coaches, like ready-made, right? So
there were 4 with head coaching experience out of the 10?
yes,
Okay.
and the rest had been coordinators. So just because you can coordinate doesn't mean you can be a head coach.
Most of the
But
time,
that
it does not work out.
Right?
Yeah.
And that seems to be the stepping stone, right? And they didn't dip into college. Interesting.
And so what do you think of Mike McCarthy getting hired in Pittsburgh? Is that a surprise?
No, I thought it was
I thought so, too. Once
preordained.
I thought all of them played it real safe, considering the lack of black head coaches that were interviewed as well as hired. I thought they played it real close to the vest. Harbaugh, easy sign. Stefanski, Falcons, I don't really know how that's going to make them better. The Cleveland Brown fans are calling me. I forgot I used to be an alumni. I'm an alumni there.
Are you getting hired?
No, they're calling me like, who is Todd? That's all they want to know. So just these.
And he had Lamar Jackson. Well, he was at Georgia as the offensive coordinator
3 years ago.
Before Baltimore with Lamar Jackson. And I don't think Lamar Jackson's on the roster of the Browns. I think
they.
With Shador, what.
I think they they were very lazy. I think they were very lazy in who they chose. They didn't want to lose all the coaches with the names that were out there already. So they took the safe choice, you can tell. To have 0 black head coaches out of 10 possible, that is some.
And you had 3 African-American head coaches who either quit on their own, in the case of Mike Tomlin, or were let go, Mike McDaniel and Raheem Morris.
Did anybody get hired that had a good quarterback? Like rehired?
Who had a good quarterback?
Who didn't have a good quarterback?
Didn't have, okay.
You see any relationship between having a quarterback and keeping your job?
Josh Allen. Josh Allen.
So you're talking about
lost his
the
coach.
ones who got
He lost his
hired,
coach.
like coaches who got hired.
that didn't have a good quarterback.
Kevin Stefanski from Cleveland to Atlanta.
Right. Okay.
And so to your point,
Josh.
and to
Harbaugh.
his point,
Harbaugh.
Yeah, Harbaugh, easy.
Harbaugh.
He's got Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got
He
fired.
got fired. Is that the question? I mean,
the
that's
question.
Usually, the head coach is as good as his quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
How good was
So you're
Lamar
talking about the
Jackson
ones who
this year?
got hired, whether they're offensive coordinator
Right.
being
Yeah, the coordinators.
first time.
Did they have good quarterbacks when they got hired?
I think the ultimate guy would. Well, he didn't get hired anywhere. It was Buffalo's coach losing his job was one, and then
McDermott.
obviously McDermott, and then Harbaugh. But not many.
And
Like
the other thing,
like McCarthy gets the job in Pittsburgh, he doesn't even know who his quarterback is.
but that may be one of the reasons he got hired is the Steelers don't know who their quarterback is, and the only one that is a possibility right now for them is Aaron Rodgers, and he's got a history with Mike McCarthy.
Except at the end,
Well,
it wasn't a good history.
It was not at all.
But can I say this? Mike McCarthy's probably got to be the luckiest devil in all of football. And nobody, I mean, look, there's not a lot of, lately at least as far as Mike McCarthy is concerned around here. But, look, man, it's Green Bay, Dallas, and now Pittsburgh.
and with quarterbacks Favre with Rodgers waiting in the wing.
I mean, that is really
back
kind of
here,
crazy, especially
already
for
developed here.
guys like most head coaches don't get an opportunity to be a coach for a third time, and Mike McCarthy gets the Pittsburgh job. Dude, that's huge.
And raised in Kansas City
Hey,
as an assistant.
Put that on his headstone right there.
That's
boy.
what you call falling
He wasn't.
uphill.
He wasn't emotional at that press conference just because he's going home to Pittsburgh.
Oh, he cried in the car. I'm sorry. He was short.
Everson,
Unbelievable.
I think he's been going to church a lot.
Yes, he has. Paying his tithes.
Definitely on
He's
first
been
Sunday.
tithing.
Yes, he
Definitely
has.
on first Sunday.
He has gotten rewarded. Can I tease this?
Yes.
Before we go to break?
You tell us what we're doing next, too.
All right, that's easy. Do you leave this Cowboys offense alone because of the success that they've had? Because the philosophy has been 100% about defense, or do you make changes on that side?
All right, it's next on Mix Shots. Now, you remember that.
All right.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
The National Medal of Honor Museum is now open in Arlington, Texas, just a few blocks from AT&T Stadium. Immersive exhibits and exciting technology allow you to fly a rescue helicopter mission in Vietnam and have conversations with virtual Medal of Honor recipients. Come be inspired by these incredible stories of ordinary Americans who did the extraordinary. Get your tickets at mohmuseum.org.
We've all been there. You hold on to a coupon, hoping to cash it in at the store, but then you forget about it. And suddenly you've got a mountain of useless expired coupons.
Do you think this one's still good? Free milk.
Oh, mate, that expired in 1993.
Dang it.
Fortunately, there are better ways to save money, like by switching to Geico. You could save about $900 on car insurance without ever touching a coupon.
Ooh, how about this one? Half off floppy disks.
Now, you should try a bit of spring cleaning.
It feels good to save big. It feels good to Geico.
Back to Mixed Shots.
Cowboys Nation. Dallas Cowboys United, presented by Globe Life, is exclusively in the Dallas Cowboys app. Join the official fan club today to receive access to Cowboys Drops, where you can win game tickets, autographed items, exclusive experiences, and more. Download the app now to join.
All right, we continue here on Mixed Shots, and Heckma has set up this segment perfectly. And Heckma, how did you set it up again?
And damn it, I don't remember.
He didn't write it down.
I didn't write it down.
Write it down.
But I was basically what I was alluding to is this offense, with all the success that they've had this season, and the defense with all the problems that they've had this season, the off-season philosophy has been that you have to overhaul and improve the defense, with not a lot being talked about the offense. Do you leave this offense? Do you feel like it's leave well enough alone, or do you feel like there are still improvements that can be made on the offensive ends of the ball as well?
I keep looking at that red zone. There are times when we lost games because we did what Mickey's always warning us about. That's kicking field goals. I'm pretty sure, I guess comparatively speaking, of course, considering how well the offense did play, I'm sure that the red zone success failed compared to the rest of the elements of our offense. Yeah. I think that was the reason that we lost some games. Carolina game is the reason we lost it. I thought failing against Chicago in the red zone, not being able to get those move the chains on some of those third downs that we really needed as well, right, outside of the red zone. And I think they all came from something happening on that offensive line that always breaks down when we really need it the most in those, I would say, it wasn't a majority, but it was some situations where we needed that. They could have possibly turned the team around.
And the ranking on the red zone offense, 18th in the league this year. And third down, 12th in the league, which looks great when you compare it with the defense ranking 29th in red zone and 32nd on third down. But across
how's our fourth down?
But fourth down, they were, I don't have the ranking in the league, but they 22 for 35, 63%.
So does the question arise from a coaching standpoint or a personnel standpoint?
Personnel.
I think personnel.
I think you always, to answer your question, I think you always have to be tweaking it. I mean, you can't stand pat with what you've got. And because, I mean, you're either going forward or you're going backward.
Well, I mean, you hit it. You mentioned offensive line. If there's one, we got to see what happens in free agency, right? Do they re-sign the running back? Do we re-sign Pickens? But from an offensive line standpoint, that has to get more consistent.
Right.
And consistent not only with deciding who's your left tackle, but then your backups too, because I thought somewhat okay in the middle with the backups, but once you had injuries at tackle, you end up having to move your Pro Bowl, all-pro guard to tackle. So
along those lines, as far as the backups go, Brock Hoffman and T.J. Bass are restricted free agents.
Right.
Otherwise, Robert Jones, we forget about him because he got hurt in training camp, and he was the unrestricted free agent guard signing. He is an unrestricted free agent, and Akeem Adeniji is as well, just as far as free agency is concerned.
So I think they got to keep their eye on that. But in the draft, you ain't got a second or third round pick, right?
True.
We talk about, I got 2 first-round picks. Well, then they don't pick again until the 4th round.
Right.
No day 2 picks, right? So somebody asked me, "What can you trade and get a second or third for? What? Who do you got? Is expendable, or somebody would want in a trade, right?"
Well, you trade the way you do it to pick up a second or a third
you gotta trade down with
is
picks.
what you did with the Tyler Guyton trade, where you traded. You could have taken Graham Barton if you wanted to at 24 or 25. You traded down to 29. Right. And then you picked up a third-round pick, and what you wound up doing with that pick is you got Guyton in the first round, you got Cooper Beebe in the third round, or you could have stayed where you were and taken the center, Graham Barton.
I don't want to touch that 12.
I think maybe it's just me being naive, but I think it would be easier to find a free agent for that offensive line, as opposed to trying to draft someone.
And usually a free agent is going to be able to contribute immediately.
Yeah, Yeah, they already know. They're probably familiar with the system if whoever we do sign. So to me, I think that's the best way to go, and leave our draft choices to do something important with them.
This playoff season really has kind of put me in the mind of, and you know this is, you need defenses in January to win playoff football, and looking at the Super Bowl matchup, your offense just be good enough. Right, both of those offenses, right? Seattle's offense and New England's offense. In our case, I just feel like we have an elite level offense, especially with the production. Offensive line wise, we talk about personnel and wherever else we can get better. It's continuity for me on the offensive line. Can you get better through the draft at the offensive line? Try and sell that to the Cowboys fans right now. They don't want to hear anything about anything about that. But also, there are other things when you look in this draft at the guys that you have to re-sign. When you talk about your running back position, there are running backs in this draft that are really, really good. Do you take a stab at a running back in this draft? Because
I take a stab at a running back in the draft more than I would a lineman in the draft. I take a running back in the draft. I take a young.
But you ain't getting it to 4th or 5th round.
So that's my thing.
And
so you're automatically
still
saying
find good running backs in the 4th or 5th round.
Not in the first round.
Yeah, you
no
can
way.
Find good running backs in the 4th round. You can still find good running backs in the 4th round.
Wow.
There's always good running backs out there. You just get them with the right system.
Well, look at it. I mean, I haven't analyzed the draft, but how many running backs are going to be in the first round besides the kid from Notre Dame?
Yeah, he's probably your top
10, 15,
he is.
Right? After that?
Yeah, he's special.
So, and think about this. If you don't re-sign Pickens, who's your second wide receiver?
Illinois.
Okay.
Right now.
All right.
That's right.
You feel good about that?
I just answered your question. I didn't say.
It sounded like
I feel good about
it forced to come out of your mouth.
By the way, as far as
I didn't want to be the first.
I know. I guess I didn't say anything because I don't even want to have that conversation.
Right.
I don't even want to talk about that. We already said we're tagging it.
I'll touch that red.
No. We're tagging. We already said Nate from Frisco already said we're tagging Pickens. Let's get over and let's move on to the next
move
thing.
on.
And by the way, as far as the learning from these Super Bowl teams, as Heckma pointed out, the defenses, points allowed, Seattle's first in the league in the regular season, and even just as good in the postseason. The Patriots, 4th in the league in points allowed. Okay, but offensively, the Patriots do have a guy who is neck and neck with Matthew Stafford for the MVP, as they were 2nd in the league in points scored, 3rd in total offense, and Seattle 3rd in the league in points scored and 8th in total offense this season. So there were no slouches on offense as well. To Heckma's point is you can't leave the offense alone and just assume that it's going to be what it was last year. You
can't ignore the fact that both teams also have a very good and consistent running game.
Talk about it.
And that's that's what makes all the difference when you start talking about defense number one in the playoffs. The running game is, to me, having a hell of a quarterback is the number 2 thing, and having a good running game to me is the number 3.
Which goes back to your second wide receiver and your number 1 running back.
Yep.
What if you don't re-sign him? Somebody pays more than you want to pay. What do you got? He had 1,200 yards rushing, led the team in touchdowns.
He's special. He is definitely special.
But you know what?
His teammates like him too.
Seattle's in the same boat, though, right? Kenneth Walker.
Right.
He's going to be a free agent.
Well, you look at Seattle, and
they just lost a
Charbonneau got hurt.
Right.
But it was ACL, right?
Yeah. You look at Seattle's team. Their defense's best friend is Kenneth Walker.
That's right.
His ability to run the ball, take up the time of possession, and I think sometimes people miss that formula in football when you have somebody like that.
It's not as pretty. It doesn't look.
But it wins games, and if Seattle wins a Super Bowl, it is going to be because of that formula.
Right.
It's not going to be because they allow their quarterback to throw it all over the yard. And if I'm New England, that's what I try and force.
And you have these type of running backs. Javonte will be one of them, and you're talking about the guy from Seattle. It's it's when they make the move the chains. You know, we need this right now.
Right.
We need this 3rd and 3. We need this 3rd and 2. Or even you got a 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3. We need that right now so we can take the pressure off the rest of our offense. They do that a lot in Seattle. And they don't need it to happen that often because the defense is going to capitalize anyway. They usually put them in a position to win.
You know, on the rookie running backs, usually the sweet spot on rookie running backs is that 2nd to 3rd round. And in fact, there's great examples with Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet for Seattle, both 2nd-round picks. Travion Henderson with New England, 2nd-round pick.
Yep.
R.J. Harvey with Denver. These are just the latter two are rookies this year, 2nd-round pick. And the Cowboys don't have a 2nd or a.
I was just about to say that sucks that you bring that up. That's horrible.
But
big thing.
It's not.
Bill?
It's not totally uncommon that a 4th-round,
3rd
running
round,
back
4th round,
can't come,
3rd round,
come
4th
in
round. Yeah.
Where did Detroit get their running backs?
They got one in free agency, Montgomery, and the other one was like the 13th pick in the draft.
The young man from the Rams.
Gibbs.
The young man from the Rams.
Kyron Williams?
Yeah.
I think it was
Was he 2nd round as well?
That's my guess.
I don't believe he was a
looking.
1st-round draft pick.
No,
at all.
He was.
And when you look at
5th round.
Wow.
Oh, well then.
Wow.
Jaden Blue.
There's hope.
Wow.
But
There's
there's a caveat. There's always a but.
Coming off
His rookie year as a 5th-round draft pick, he played in 10 games, no starts, 35 carries, 139 yards, 4.0 yards a carry, which is to the point of a lot of times in free agency you can get guys that are contribute right now more so than a 3rd-day draft pick.
True.
That doesn't mean that guy's not going to be a player. Doesn't mean that Jaden Blue's not going to be a player.
Right, just not
But
now.
the rookie year, especially a young guy coming out. And so there is also, we saw in that last game, Jaden showed that juice that you drafted him for.
And the Rams kid, the Williams guy,
He's a real deal, ain't he?
He is, man.
Like him. Tough inside runner.
Where'd
A
he
guy
go?
could break
Where'd he
it.
go?
Somewhere on the West Coast.
Williams from the Rams.
Yeah, I don't know what school he went to.
He was a Notre Dame guy, wasn't he?
Was he Notre Dame?
Let me see.
I know he's a West Coast guy.
I got it right here.
Just had him.
Notre Dame. Yep.
Well, there you go.
Yep. All right.
So to answer your question, they can't just stall out on offense.
Okay.
They got to improve. And Schottenheimer tell you that I've got to do a better job calling plays in the red zone. And I think there's something to that.
That's right.
Okay.
No doubt.
So next up, our last segment of the week before Super Bowl 60.
What happened 30 years ago?
Okay, we can talk about
Let's
that.
go.
We can talk about that if you'd like. And what can the Cowboys learn defensively from these two Super Bowl teams? And we come back here on Mick Shots.
That you got to have it. Hey, Cowboy fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience the best sports venue in the world, AT&T Stadium. Also, tour the Star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your package today.
We all do it. You keep singing the wrong lyrics to a song, even though you know they're wrong. You stick with them.
So, what you're saying is, it's I love you, babe, and not lasagna, babe?
Reminds me of how people might be sticking with the wrong insurers. But switching to Geico can get you the right coverage for the right price.
Oh, man. This whole time, I thought Fire in My Heart was referencing the heartburn from the lasagna.
I hate to break it to you, mate.
It feels good to get it right. It feels good to Geico.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Back to Mixed Shots.
Auditions for the 2026 Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders opens March 13th. Don't miss your chance to audition for America's Sweethearts. Learn more at DallasCowboysCheerleaders.com/auditions.
All right, final segment of Mixed Shots. We can take it all the way to noon, right? Can't we, Producer Supreme? We got a full 20 minutes here. That's right. We got a lot to talk about here.
All righty then.
Okay, we talked a little bit about, unless Mickey, there's something on your legal pad you want to get to?
I was just going to ask you guys if anybody in the Senior Bowl game impressed you, if you watched it.
Well, I had my Texas Tech family in town, and he did not play in the game, but they just can't stop talking about this Jacob Rodriguez, their linebacker.
Right.
And they keep asking me, where's he going to get drafted? Where's he going to get drafted? And it's going to be very interesting to see. He was impressive in workouts last week.
Okay.
So many guys don't play in the game anymore, just like at the Shrine Bowl. They don't play in the game because the practices are more important, and the agents say, no, you don't, no need to play in the game. So anyway, and I think none of the Tech guys played in the game, but there were several of them that did well, which is why they had such a good season. But Jacob Rodriguez, the linebacker, is somebody that, and especially in pass coverage, a very instinctive guy.
He made some big plays on pass defense. Yeah.
And some of the video that I saw of him in practices, he's the guy that would stand out as a guy the Cowboys need to be looking at. But without a second or third round draft pick, if he's going in that range, if he's a day 2 pick, then unless they're making some trades to move around, he's not going to be a Dallas Cowboy.
And a lot of times the Senior Bowl, the majority of them are day 2 picks because the guys that would go in the first round, the majority aren't working out not for free.
Mm-hmm.
But
Now, the edge rusher and there's a defensive tackle from Tech that were impressive, and the defensive end, Bailey, is for sure a first-round pick.
When they had the practices here,
East-West?
East-West. Yeah, my nephew was playing at halftime, those little kids.
See a draftable guy?
What round?
That's funny. Hey, in the future, he's going to be ready. He was out there, he's like 12 years old. He mossed the guy, man. He got a touchdown. It was pretty cool.
You have video?
I
need to post it on your social media.
It is already on social
Okay.
media. It's already been posted. No, he mossed the guy. He's very talented. Carson, we call him CJ. Carson May.
Where's he going to go to high school?
Little Elm.
Any way we can get him over to South Lake?
No.
Don't you ever talk about Jason Todd again. Ever. Got him. Caught him red-handed right there. All you had to hear was he mossed somebody. Antenna went right up. Yep.
South Lake.
There you go.
Oh, man.
So as we're keeping this Senior Bowl, what are you guys' opinion about Garrett Nussmeier? From, obviously Coach Nussmeier's kid?
I'll tell you what.
He's polished.
He improved his draft stock in that game.
Okay.
That was bad weather they were thrown in. But I don't remember how many times they showed the flag.
Yeah.
He was playing hurt at LSU his last year, and he played through.
Is that what happened?
It was a shoulder.
Jeez,
if I
man.
remember. And
he was not that guy.
No, he wasn't.
He was not that guy.
My friends that are LSU fans just hated him.
Yeah.
Right? And I called on Saturday and said, hey, Nussmeier's throwing touchdown passes in the Senior Bowl. You better turn it on. He made his decision-making wasn't great at LSU that last year.
Throwing into coverage?
Yes. Yeah, way too much. And you saw that up close and personal at your quarterback, right? So yeah, he'll
unfortunately.
You know what? He might be.
I thought of you when I heard that.
Day 2, day 3 quarterback that may be developmental at this point. I don't think he's a walk-in starter by any means. Matter of fact, his brother might be better.
He admits
Flower
that.
Mountain
I heard an
Marcus.
interview with Nussmeier, and he was talking about his brother. His brother's a lefty like his dad.
Yeah.
And he's big, strapping 6'5" guy.
Who I ran into the other day, Doug.
Oh, yeah.
Nussmeier, yeah.
But I would not be surprised if somebody took a liking to Nussmeier to the point he could be like the Jackson Dart of this draft, where he sneaks into the first round.
Really?
Because of, and that's without even looking at all the stuff. But I've just always been impressed with just how his whole makeup. And I think he's going to play, whether he's a starter or not, he's going to be in the NFL for years. Yeah. And we'll see what happens.
As heavily involved as we are with Texas high school football, you remember him at Marcus. Always had location on his ball, touch, things like that. But I agree with you, Mick. He had to have been hurt just based off of his performance with LSU. And I don't want that to be an out because I feel like he has all the mental intangibles as a quarterback. And I have an affinity for coaches' kids, man, because I just feel like guys that come in that are coaches' kids, they already know how to prepare and what to expect when they get to that level, and they have a certain amount of maturity about them. So that's why I like, Nuss as a quarterback.
There's going to be offensive coordinators, head coaches / quarterback coaches who are going to fall in love with him.
And
there's already one in the league who is in love with him. That would be his dad.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yes.
I mean, just look at his dimensions, right? His height, arm strength, things like that.
You know how tough that would be to coach your own kid.
Yeah, at the NFL level.
In the NFL.
Tough enough in high school, or
I didn't think it had any merit, but they were teasing about bringing Deion to Cleveland. You know how tough that would have been to coach your son. I mean, you would say it's a privilege and all of that, but
especially being his position coach. Right? It's one thing if you're the head coach and you're not his position coach. It's another if this is the guy that is coaching you every day.
So you say New Orleans passes up on the opportunity because his dad's there? I mean, grow a pair. You're in a desperate situation. Yeah, you better make it happen.
Yeah, well, if you're the Saints, you can't
turn
lose,
down
right?
nothing.
So if you're Doug Nussmeier, okay, and it's I don't even know where the Saints pick, but let's say they're on the clock, and his son is there. You know what their quarterback situation?
Round 5.
It's a no-brainer.
Tyler Shuck showed some things,
it's
whatever.
A no-brainer.
I mean, I'm talking first round or second round. I mean,
now you got controversy brewing, and now there's a problem. Yeah, I think they decided to go with Shuck at the end of the season. That's just my philosophy. I mean,
I do too. They're at number 8.
Number 8
in the first round.
Yeah.
So let's say second.
Not gonna do that.
Okay.
Yeah, not.
Shuck was a second round pick.
Yeah, was he?
Yep. Shuck was second round.
Again, I think New Orleans is in a situation where they better try and improve every part of their team, especially at the quarterback position.
They have running backs in dresses, so New Orleans can do anything they want. It's always gonna be
running backs in dresses.
It's always gonna be something crazy. That's what New Orleans is all about. It's about entertainment, some type of culture they have there. Come on, that's how they are.
They said all that.
All right, these Super Bowl teams, there's one Cowboy player who this time last year was a member of the New England Patriots, Joe Milton. You look at the way when Vrabel went in there and started started figuring out who he wanted on his football team. One of the earliest decisions.
Like cutting cake with your hands. Like cutting a cake with your hands. Just
one of the earliest decisions the Patriots made, and it was early April, is when the trade occurred. They traded Joe Milton to the Cowboys, got a 5th rounder in return. 7th rounder went the Cowboys' way. But I looked up, okay, so what did the Patriots get out of that draft? Trading Joe Milton, and they went ahead and they signed Joshua Dobbs to be the backup quarterback. Smartest guy in the league, right?
Literally.
Yeah. All right. So what they got in return, they turned that 5th round pick. They traded down a couple of times. They got their place kicker, Andres Borregales, their long snapper, and a special teams guy in the 6th and 7th round of the draft for Joe Milton. And those 3 guys are now playing in the Super Bowl. 2 of them are primary special teams guys, the long snapper and the kicker for them. So,
and the Cowboys got an interview.
Got a what?
An interview for the backup quarterback position.
Oh, yeah.
Are you like solid that he's the backup quarterback? Speaking of your question about the offense.
I don't think so.
I'm skeptical.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, flashes we've seen, but yeah, I don't think so.
Well, Vrabel was pretty decisive on his move when he came in. He didn't waste any time. I mean, he's like, look, these are the guys that can help us win, and these are the guys that can't. And I appreciate him for doing that, and I appreciate the organization from moving off of the guy that they previously hired after 1 year and saying, look, this is our guy. We're going to hire him. We're going to bring him in, and we're going to make moves right away. They didn't take a bunch of time.
And Vrabel had a history with Joshua Dobbs. He knew that Joshua Dobbs would be the perfect backup quarterback for Drake May there as far as being ready if May ever got hurt, whatever. Nothing against Joe Milton, but he knew what he was getting in Dobbs, and then they were able to turn that into players that are now playing in the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, since we're not going to talk again until it's over with, can I be as butthurt about Darren Woodson not getting into the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
Are you breaking news?
As the whole country is about Bill Belichick?
Are you breaking news here?
No, I'm just saying if he doesn't make it,
if he does,
can I make a stink?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wait, don't do that. Wow. You're jinxing it. You're already mad. You can't. Let's be optimistic.
So that's Thursday night when we learn who
Yes.
goes in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And
Have they
Aaron
voted?
Woodson-
Have they voted already?
Oh, it's all done.
Yeah, and that's the reason
why
it all
this
came out. They voted like 2.5 weeks ago.
Somebody's, if they ever find out, will be knocked
So you
off
mean to tell
the
me
committee.
Woody's up there right now, he knows if he's a Hall of Famer or not?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and Jason Witten.
Oh, we got to corner him, man. Come on, man. Everson, let's go to his office. We got to find out right now. You got to
find
tell
his
us right
travel
now.
itinerary.
We got
So-
You need to
out.
find
Wait. I
Darren
want to be
Woodson
clear.
and Jason
They
Witten's
already.
travel. Yes,
We already know who's in.
they changed it up a few years ago. And it's through COVID because they had to do online voting or whatever.
So
See,
we
yours
already know.
Yours was different.
It was
because
before COVID.
They knocked on the door.
Right.
The
People
day,
were in town on the day of the.
but they record the knock on the door ahead of time.
That's what I was talking about last week when I got
so
ridiculed
lame.
for saying something about Jimmy Johnson going up to
That's
Zach
so
Thomas'
lame.
house.
That's so lame.
Like when. Who was the last Cowboy?
So you wait. You're telling me you guys don't know if they're in or not?
No, we don't know.
Yes, y'all do.
No,
somebody knows.
Well,
some people know, and the people
but
even the people on the committee haven't been told.
Right.
Now
They
the
just
people
know.
the finalists who did not get in have been told
that they didn't get in.
That they didn't get in.
So wait, you're saying whoever that person might be, they already know.
So if you're Bill Belichick, okay, and you know you're eventually going in, as opposed to Darren Woodson, all right, and you're told that you didn't make the cut this time, are you going to tell anybody that you didn't make it?
No.
I would. If I was Bill Belichick, I would be shouting it from the mountaintop.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd be pissed.
And so that's how it got out.
Yeah, I'd be pissed. Bill told it. Yeah, Bill dimed. Bill dimed. Yeah.
And I don't blame him. I'd tell everybody
I
myself
don't need
too.
So are you?
Let's get it over with.
Are you guys as pissed off about it as everybody else is?
What you mean?
That he didn't get it.
Yeah, I
he's
am.
not going to get in.
I am.
You are.
I truly, it's
He
kind
played
of hard.
for him.
Yeah, I mean, he was the reason that I stuck around.
Right.
In the league a few more years.
Well, that should get him in the Hall of Fame.
On my end, yeah, if I had a vote for it. But
And by the way, Bill Belichick is on record saying he can't believe that Everson Walls is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
And see, so forget Everson Walls and
You
Bill
need to get him there.
Parcells.
You need to get him in so he's on the committee to vote.
I'm just wondering if they're going to have that same energy, not putting him in as they have. They may have when it comes to voting Tom Brady. I mean, what are you going to do? Wait for him? You talking about deflate gate? I mean, you're going to be. Come on, nobody's going to worry about that with Tom Brady. So why are you worried about whatever's going on? Whatever the hell is going on, why they are upset with Belichick? I don't know what's going on with that. But why wouldn't you use that same energy when you start talking about Tom Brady?
Is it as much that as people assuming he's going to get in, and there's 4 other guys in that 5-man deal that get 3 votes.
And that's the Kansas City writer said that was why he did not vote for Belichick, because he wanted to give a chance to Ken Anderson and Roger
That is
Craig.
a bunch of BS. That's just a bunch of BS.
Well, do you have to be a first ballot?
You just vote who deserves to be in. All this, this Spygate and all this crap you got going on, not just on the field, but I'm talking about in regards to the draft itself, the picking for the Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I just think it's so silly that we have these schemes going on.
Right, like you got 5, but only 3 of them can get in.
And then you're missing the obvious. You're missing the obvious by doing all of that.
What if Kraft gets it?
Everybody said Kraft is the reason he's not in. They said
well,
Kraft.
they weren't going to put 2 from New England.
And why not?
I know.
More
They kill me with that, dude.
More conspiracy.
Why not?
That happens.
If it's deserving,
voting.
it's deserving. That's crazy.
But it's happened all the time.
You're right, and it's not fair. It's just not fair to any of those guys. So now,
like, could somebody say, "Well, I voted for Witten, so I'm not voting for Woodson"?
That's it.
Or the other way around.
That's it.
Right?
And that is how it goes.
Can't have 2
That's exactly
Cowboys
how it
out
goes.
of the 5.
That's exactly how it goes.
And is Woody already this is his second to last year to be eligible for?
Well, his last year he played was 2003.
So 5 years later he would have been eligible.
So he would have started
2008.
in 8, so he's got
2 more. So then
years.
27. This year is 26, and so next year would be it goes into your
senior.
And boy, you can get lost in the
you can. It's foggy. It's foggy off in here, bro. It's foggy. What's up, man? I'm just saying.
Well, even when you're a senior, so the 3 guys that are seniors now, L.C. Greenwood, Ken Anderson, and Roger Craig. Now, what are the chances that they come back as the senior nomination
They'll put other seniors like Everson Walls up next year.
That's right.
They should.
Yes, they should.
And so when some people, it's process of elimination more than who deserves. Sure, he deserves to be, and he will be, right? But does it have to be now? How many times did Michael Irvin have to wait? Think about that.
T.O.
Yeah.
T.O. waited so long, he decided not to even attend.
Well, so did the linebacker with the Giants that you played with.
No, I didn't play with him, but Harry Carson.
Harry Carson.
Harry Carson said, just take my name off.
Yeah. And then they got in, and it was like, okay.
Now, is it true that Belichick is threatening all these things to pull away his stuff out of the Hall of Fame? And
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff.
I mean, he can go in next year.
Yeah, but that ain't this.
But then he takes away votes from Everson, who's going to be on the ballot next year.
And that's how it goes.
Right?
Everybody's
we needed Belichick to get in as soon as possible.
We got so many dominoes falling now. It's getting piled up over here.
All right.
I just think it'll be hilarious if Kraft gets in and he does it.
I believe it is. And I believe it will happen.
And I'll guarantee you, somebody thought, Kraft's like 87, 88. Let's get him in. Belichick's just 73.
So nothing to do with his young girlfriend? It has nothing to do with that? Heck?
Keeping him young.
Huh?
Keeping him young. He'll be around.
I must say, I think that some reporters are just extremely petty on the whole. I think that this gives them a little bit of a gotcha in regards to the press conferences that he had that were bombs all the time. The fact that he didn't want to answer the questions all the time. Once it happened, everybody like, well, see, he shouldn't have done this, or see, he shouldn't have done that, which is a bunch of crap. And it's childish.
I'll give you the best answer I heard him give at a press conference at the Super Bowl. Somebody in the big scrum thing, when he had to do one of his interviews, somebody asked him like an inane question, right? It was like, why are you asking that question?
He gets that a lot.
Right? And Belichick goes, so, do you guys have this book of questions that you just have to ask, even if they're not pertinent, but you got to ask them? And I started laughing to myself because he was exactly
That's
right. Right?
They got to get it in.
And the first time I ever talked to him, 86 season, I think it was. He was the defensive coordinator at the Giants. They sent me there to do stories before the Cowboys played them. I didn't know any better. He was in the locker room, and I went up and asked him a question.
With his short coaching shorts on?
Yeah, right? And he answered it, right? And somebody came up to me and go, Belichick answered your question? I go, why? He goes, well, he doesn't talk to anybody. I said, well, I don't know. I got something on
He
it.
didn't recognize you.
Nah, he had no idea who I was. Yeah.
But
I got an answer.
All right. And so who's winning the Super Bowl?
Not that I care, but
yeah,
Seahawks.
You got Seahawks?
Because my brother-in-law is a New England Patriots fan, I'm going for the Seahawks.
I like that.
That's good. Seahawks for DeMarcus Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Jackson Smith and Jigba from right here in the Metroplex.
All good.
All right.
All right, we got it.
All right, very good. And yeah, my pick to click is JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba. So there you go. All right, that does it for Mix Shots, and we'll shout at you again next Monday at 11 a.m.
Go Cowboys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!